To the money.
Let's get to.
Yo, and the song didn't play. So what the
Okay, we'll run it back. We'll open it up again. It didn't want to start.
I want-
Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
Money.
Let's get to the
Money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty keg of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-Prop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
And here we go.
Yeah, here we go. Welcome to the Balking Dead, everybody, where there is no sleep for the wicked. I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets, guys, and we're coming back from a day where we started down, just to fight our way back to be down 0.8 units for the day. So, at the end of the day, it was a headache and a stress. No excuses is what it is. Thank the baseball gods for what could have been a disaster day avoided. We went to work early, guys, and we smashed some line moves, so let's get to the damn money, fellas. This show is sponsored by PrizePicks. If you haven't already, go on over there, use that promo code PUBSPORTS, and on your first deposit up to 100, minimum of 25, they will match deposit you simply by using the best promo code in the whole wide world, and that's PUBSPORTS. And of course, guys, you already know we got 2 sponsors on this show. When you win, they want in, guys. And we talking Dubby, not Doobie, even though I had me a few for breakfast, guys. Dubby, a clean energy powder, guys, with no come down to your day. And scanning the QR code on screen, you will get 10% off your order simply by using the promo code PUBSPORTS. So shout out to the chat. Appreciate you all for coming in. Shout out to the best producer in the world, Big Show Picks. Y'all know the drill. Hit the like if you haven't, and make sure you got them notification bells on. I do not look to have a whole lot of volume, guys. Some days it's either 1 or 2, some days 6. I do not pick when to get in. The book tells me to, guys, and I have to listen. Today was one of those mother trucking days, guys, where the more and more we talk, the more and more I got in, guys. And is what it is. Life's a bitch and you marry one. And today we've got high volume. On this show, guys, we use FanDuel lines, then compare them to PrizePicks unless stated otherwise. We are now 7 to 8 games deep into the season, so we will not bring up last year's numbers unless there is a drastic difference to speak about. Let's talk about the first guy up on the board today, Luis Castillo, La Pareda at the Red Sox, number 39 in the Black Book. This year, he's got a 28% strikeout percentage with an elite 4.9 walk percentage. Morning line was 5+ minus 143 at Caesars. He was plus 120, 6+ everywhere else. Now, Ruh-roh, Shaggy, closing line 5+ is minus 138 on FanDuel, and you can actually get a better deal than that if you want him now. So PrizePicks has him at a flat 5, whereas pitching outs under over is at 17.5. Projected lineups for your Bo Sox is 6 lefties, 3 righties. This year, K per 9. He has a 10.9 K per 9 at home. He is on the road today where he has a 7.4 K per 9. Don't put too much into that, guys. He's only had 11 innings on the road this year. So lefties, he struck out at a 9.6 K per 9. Well, righties, he's hit at a 10.3. So strictly on the math, he should hit this, guys, roughly, strikeout per inning, right? Ruh-roh. Guys, La Pareda has a matchup versus the almighty Red Sox. And I say that because this is where K-prop overs have gone to die this season. At the end of the day, they've dropped everybody's strikeouts by 1 or some gnarly juice, guys. So this ain't no trap line. This is just mad respect to the Red Sox, and I get it. How many times have the Red Sox burnt me this year? Enough to put them on my no-fly zone, guys, for a long time. And even though this is where Castillo does shine, I've got to stay. I hope you get it, bud, but I cannot get involved. The Red Sox have become like the Cardinals, Mets, and the Guardians were last year. And for the most part, the Mets and Guardians are still the cream of the crop, guys, except the Mets have fallen back to life over the last few weeks. But at the end of the day, guys, there's certain teams you need to have a good K to have a good reason to run a K prop versus. So Red Sox are now in that list. So what I'm getting at is you need a really, really good reason now if you want to run a K prop versus the Red Sox. So let's check out the Red Sox numbers from a broad perspective. They're not walking, which is not a good thing for them, right? But they're also not striking out, and they're about top 10 in every hitting category that I like to check out, guys. So let's check the black book and see how he did versus the 3 teams we just spoke about last year that were on the no-fly zones, teams that just didn't strike out. And he played 3 games last year, one of them being a back-to-back versus the Guardians. He went 6 innings in every game. He had 3 strikeouts in 1 versus the Cardinals, and then he had a 10-piece versus the Guardians. And then we're not going to count the back-to-back where he only got 4, guys. Fuck a back-to-back, especially after you got a 10-piece McStrider. It just is what it is, guys. So he is 1-1 to the over where they have him at today. So what I'm getting at here, guys, is if you want to take the Castillo over 4.5 where it is at now, you need to just go up there to that 7+ plus 280. Because, guys, what is 280? If she ain't 280, she ain't a lady, fellas. So at the end of the day, a quarter unit on the plus 287 plus is not going to burn you going up against a team like the no-fly zone, guys. So if he hits it, he shatters it, guys. Yeah, I get it. So I wouldn't risk it personally. And I've got more action today than a porno star doing a train video. So choo-choo, mother truckers. And we're on to the next game where I think every other damn freaking game we've got 1 to 2 to 3 bets in type crap, guys. We are firing. So yeah, let's talk about Jordan Montgomery versus the Brewers, number 48 in the black book this year. 20.6 K percentage with a 6 walk percentage. Opening line 6+ minus 126. Woke up to a 6+ minus 152, and now he's came back down the life to the minus 135 range. PrizePicks has him at a flat 6, whereas hits allowed under over are at 5. Projected lineup for your Brew Crew is 7 righties and 2 lefties. This year, nothing nice, guys. K per 9, 2023, 6.8 at home, 9 on the road, 7 K per 9 versus the left-handed side, well, 8.3 versus the right-handed side. This right here, guy, was a circled spot for me as soon as they announced Contreras will be catching again for the Cardinals 2 days ago. We had to stay off Monty last week due to the fact that they benched him, and we've talked about the comfortability a pitcher needs with his catcher, and Montgomery got taken to the woodshed in that game, guys. So we played Montgomery this year 3 times, and we're 3-0, and happens to be the same situation with him today, guys. A team with a K percentage of 24 or worse, and man, does Monty do his damage versus teams like this. Going back to the second half of last season, guys, where he was traded to a team where a coach trusts him and will let him go deep, unlike Aaron Boone and those Yankees, guys. And since the second half of last year, Monty has seen 9 teams with a 24% K percentage or worse, and is 8-1 to the over 5.5, 8-1 to the over 5.5, averaging 6.7 strikeouts a game in this spot. There is not a 1.5 wiggle room here, like I talked about wiggle room, mother truckers, but we do have a 1.2 and a win percentage of 89%, guys. So what pushes me over the top, guys, is that 89% win rate, guys, in this situation. In his last 18 games as a Cardinal, seeing these teams, in which has been half of his games, he has hit this on an 89% win rate in these situations, guys. So now we get the Brewers, whose numbers say go gadget K prop. They're walking league average while striking out at a whopping 30% of the time, and they're not hitting a piñata at a 5-year-old's birthday party. So we don't just have a 24%. We have the league worst K percentage versus left-handed pitchers by any team at the moment in the MLB at a 30%, and we got a guy who shines in these situations. So let's not talk the game. He had to open the year versus the Brewers with no numbers, where he just went 7 innings with 9 strikeouts, guys. Let's go look at how he's owned this team since last year. He faced the Brewers with a 30% K percentage like today. He went 6 innings with 8 strikeouts. Then he faced them 6 weeks later to go 5 innings with 6 more punch-outs with another weak K percentage, guys. And how has Monty performed versus that number in the past history? Oh, like I said, he's hit it at an 89%, guys. So I got in at 5.5 at a minus 126 last night. And when I made my line, I capped it. It should have been even money, guys. But the fact of past history, how he's owned them, and their numbers, I expected a tax to come in. And I said, I'll pay up to minus 140. Shoot, let's go. They gave me minus 126. I got in there like swimwear, and it's starting to come back down. And like I said, this is a spot where Monty shines. I doubled up on Monty, guys. At the end of the day, today is going to be a good day, like Ice Cube once said, guys. He averages an inning per strikeout. He ain't one of those guys who goes out there and lights up the scoreboard. That's why I play him in certain situations. And the situation with him has been simple. You know, you could circle the K percentage with this guy. It's that easy, guys. I wish it was that easy with everybody. But he has so many other shitty games against those other teams that we get to hit a man when his averages are like this. So at the end of the day, had to take the outs over 17.5 at a minus 135 juice, guys. I've got a whole unit on both of those. And the fact of the matter is 77% of the time right now, this whole year, over the whole damn year, when the Brewers are hitting the ball off a lefty, it is mid to weak contact with a 50% ground ball rate, guys. This is why we took Kershaw's outs over last week versus this team. This is a guy who doesn't look for the punch out. He does throw a cutter. The cutter is a freaking ground ball pitch, guys. He does have 1K per 9 type shit in him, and that's why we're going to double it with him, guys. This correlates more than any other type of bet, guys. This ain't one of those guys. Yeah, he can go out and get 8 and 9. More often than not, he's going to need 7 innings to get that 8 and 9, guys. That's just the type of guy and the type of pitcher he is. So, is what it is. We doubled up on Monty, guys. I took his strikeouts over 5.5, minus 126, and his outs over 17.5 at a minus 135. Shout out to the chat, guys. We've been rocking 60 live, 40 likes, almost adds up. So if you haven't, if you like what you're hearing, smash the like button while I talk about the Biebs. Shane Bieber, number 21 in the Black Book. At the White Sox. 2023, Ruh-roh, 18.8 K percentage with a 6.3 walk percentage. Opening line was 6 plus 100. Closing line is plus 110. Earned run outs hits were not available on PrizePicks. But what is fishy is they're offering 18.5 outs at plus money with your guy Bieber, who's a walk in 7 innings. So I am a guy who likes to look at lines, and something's in there right there telling me plus money on 18.5. This man's going 6 innings today or less. So Yeah, I could be wrong, guys, but I'm one of those guys. I like to read the lines, and more often than not, it tells the story. Projected lineups for your White Sox: 5 righties and 4 lefties. K per 9 this year: 7.4 versus the left-handed side, 6.3 versus the right-handed side. He's always been better versus the left-handed side than the right-handed side throughout his whole career. Home, he's got an 8.2 K per 9, where on the road, he's got a 6.8. Now, if we just look at the broad numbers of the White Sox, you wouldn't get involved here, guys. They're walking and striking out league average, but they're also not hitting the ball. And that's exactly what I did last night. I went to sleep and said, dude, I'm cool on Bieber, bro. What the fuck? There's nothing really here telling me to go get into it. Then I go do my write-up for the show, and man, oh man, I may be into some trouble today, because the more and more I do people's write-ups, the more and more I want in, guys. And if we look at the broad numbers of the White Sox, they say no Sharpie. But we talked last week when they jumped Bieber up 2 strikeouts, and he hit. And not just hit, he smacked, guys. We talked about it, guys. If we hit, we know how to bet Bieber now. We figured him out. We circle that damn shit, guys. And that was the whiff percentage of the Detroit Tigers. All right, cool beans. Let's go into it. Who other guys that we like to talk about that we need whiff percentage? Hugh Darvish, Clayton Kershaw. Now we got Bieber. They're all strike throwers, guys. They do not walk people. We need high whiff percentages with these guys. Hence the reason why we had to take Darvish the other day. You know, we've taken Darvish twice this year. 2 teams, high whiff percentage. That's and now we're circling Bieber, guys, because this is where this dude has done his damage, guys. We go look at the White Sox numbers. And boy, oh boy, does this look like a juicy, juicy, juicy spot. Juicy. But we're going to go look at chase and whiff numbers, guys. The Sox have next to their name, and they are the worst team in baseball at chasing pitches outside the zone. And they're the 5th worst in the league in whiff percentage, a.k.a. striking and swinging it at pitches inside the zone. Boy, oh boy, does this start to look like this can be a giant day for the Biebs, guys. So just because I have too much action is not a reason to stay off, in my opinion, guys. So like my guy Tom put out this morning, we're on the Biebs today, fellas, and let's talk whiff percentage. Not counting the first game of the year when he was on a pitch count, he's faced 7 teams this year. 5 of those teams have been in the top 10 in not striking out in whiff percentage, guys. And okay, Bieber, good shit. What happened in those other 2 games? Well, the Tigers were 12th in whiff percentage. He went out and yapped them for 9. And the A's are 4th. And he went and yapped them for 7. Now we've got the 5th whiff percentage. And to boot, the worst chase percentage to go with it. Oh, fuck me running, guys. I can't believe I almost slept on this man today. So had to get on me some Bieber. And there is something to be worried about. Like I said, to offer this man at plus money at 18.5 outs, they're begging you to bet his outs, guys. This man is a walking 7 innings. So, hey, my guy, go get 9 strikeouts in 6 innings. We didn't bet your outs. We bet your strikeouts. So, let's go do the damn thing. And good call on that, Tom. Good call. Excuse me. Now we get into another guy, and I got lots of bets going today, guys. It's just Tuesday. Tuesdays have always been good to me. And it just happens to be aces line up on this day more often than not, guys. Let's talk Christian Javier versus the Cubs. Number 9 in the black book. 2023. He is that dude. He was that dude last year as well, guys. Opening line last night was 7+ at a -144 for about 30 minutes. And then it was gone voyage, guys. He's now at a -106 for the 8+ in the morning, and that's roughly where he is at now. Everyone's afraid to go bet him, and I'll tell you what, I've already got 2 bets on this game, and if they put out this projected lineup of 7 righties and 2 lefties, we go have 3 bets on this game, guys. So earn, run, outs, hits were not available. His home K per 9 this year, he's got an 11 K per 9 and on the road he's got a 6.8. No, this can't be him. Sorry. Sharpie must have not put in Christian Javier's numbers because I go off my template and re-put it in from last week, guys. So let's go talk Christian Javier and pull him up while I'm talking to you guys. If you don't know, guys, I do use Fangraphs for a lot. They're really good with their stuff. They don't charge money, and they have pretty much anything you want to track. You can build your own lineups over there. And as we get into Christian Javier, guys, Christian Javier this year has been the man. And if you want to go through the first 4 games, throw him out. His velo was down. We've talked about it multiple times this year. This year, he's striking lefties out at an 8.6 K per 9, while he's striking righties out at a 12.3. Home, he's got a 9.14, while on the road, he's got an 11.52. It's really hard to put a lot into these stats and these splits for him, guys, because his velo was down the first 4 games, but he's always dominated the right-handed side better than the left-handed side, but he is in the top 10 of the book because he is one of the elite strikeout pitchers in the fucking game. And if they really do put 7 righties, oh Lord, 7.5? How about 13, bro? Because that's what's gonna happen, guys. So let's talk about our boy Christian Javier, number 9, my guy. Let's do it, man. When I was finishing my capping last night, guys, I went to go bet the 6.5 minus 144, and it was gone like a 4-year-old me was looking for his daddy. Like, it was just gone. Don't know where it went. Poof. All right, guys, let's not get personal on this show, but man, the 7 was fucking gold. And what I mean by that, guys, is the numbers he is about to face, which is a nasty 26.3 K percentage, but they are walking at a nice 10% clip, but they haven't been hitting for the life of them. And as my guy Noli be telling me, they're one of the most profitable teams to the under, and I get it. I see they ain't hitting and been striking out. Now, when we look at Javier versus a team with a 24% K percentage or worse, he was 9-0 to the over, number 7. 100%, fellas. Woo, he cole chingalo, eh? Man, that's a big one, man. Can you get better than 100%, man? No, you can't. So, that one just fucking kicked me in the balls, guys. So, got mad at myself and didn't bet it, guys. So, well, Sharpie, I see there's still wiggle room if you want to go hit his average. He averages 9 strikeouts versus a 24% strikeout team. Okay, 7.5 now. He's out of 9. There's still the wiggle room. I already bet it, guys, because I was a vajayjay, guys, and I had to pull him down. And, yeah, I still get it. He's freaking 7-2 to the over, 7.5. He has a beautiful win percentage to that number, guys. But like I said, I am a vajayjay, and I did a half unit on 2 single-game parlays, guys. I took down Javier to 6, and the total altered to under 8.5. I got minus 105. And then I took him to 7, and the game altered to the under 9.5 at minus 108. This is strictly on what I know Justin Steele to be, and that's a ground ball pitcher. And we've talked about the dirt in Houston. As I watch the game, they keep wetting the infield, except the 6 inches before the grass for a guy to freaking plant their feet. I posted some pictures on the freaking Twitter, guys, at Sharpie's Bets. Just watch it, bro. Like, it's just gold, guys, at the end of the day. And Justin Steele has been one of the premier pitchers in baseball. Maybe not striking people out, but he will get his ground balls. And this is the type of place where I expect both these guys to go deep, 6 to 7 innings each. And I don't want to pick who wins when I expect both pitchers to be good, but I do know Javier is going to deal today, guys. So, yes, I have a unit split up on 2 alt parlays. If they put 7 righties in this damn lineup, I will be putting a unit on the 7.5, guys. Like, you can't do that to Christian Javier with or without these numbers. And with these numbers, guys, this with 7 righties and these numbers is the time you want to look at that ladder spot, guys, if you're into those ladders. Because, like I said, 7 righties, these numbers equals 13 fucking punchies from Christian Javier. Woo! Waiting for lineups, guys. We want lineups. Let's get into the next guy on the book, Zach Wheeler at the Giants, number 19. This year, he's got a 27.9 K percentage and a 6.3 walk percentage. Opening line is 7 plus minus 130. Morning line 7 plus minus 152. He's now at a minus 146. PrizePicks has him at a 7. Earned runs under over is at 1.5. Excuse me. Projected lineups: 5 righties, 4 left-handed bats. K per 9 this year. 10.3 at home, 11.4 on the road. He is on the road, but he's only had 15 innings, so not too much to get crazy whooped up about. But this guy is elite. He is an ace. This guy is a hog. Lefties, 10K per 9. Righties, an 11.1. This one guy, another one where the juice has gone up, but the number is still the same. Good old Zach Wheeler versus these Giants. And their numbers, where if you look at them from afar, say they're not striking out at a nice 22.8% clip, and they are walking in an elite 10.3%. But they're not hitting the ball either, which is another way you can hit your K prop, guys, is by going deep into a game. And when I look at who the Giants have faced this whole year, guys, yeah, a bunch of mediocre pitching at best, guys. This year alone, they have only seen 3 aces. Garrett Cole had 10, Dylan Cease had 8, Hugh Darvish had 9. When we look at our number 2s in the book, Lance Lynn had 8. When we go to our mid-rotation type of guys, Single walked 5 because he has a problem in a walk percentage. Hunter Brown got baptized, and Edward Cabrera had a nice 8-piece mixed strider, guys. So if we want to be smarter than the books, let's take the Giants back to the last time they faced a pitcher we would bet on. And man, oh man, their numbers talk about they were not walking and striking out at a 26% clip. So up to 6 days ago, guys, they've gotten all these beautiful looking numbers, which ain't even that beautiful yet. They've made this trash team look like not a trash team is what I'm getting at, guys. So we're going to take advantage of that right here. And I got on Zach Wheeler over 6.5 strikeouts, minus 138. And it's gone up some in juice, guys, but I have no problem paying juice for a hog. And this man is a fucking hog. When I hit his averages versus teams with a 24% K percentage since last year, Wheeler is 6-2 to the over, 6.5 strikeouts, averaging 7.9 strikeouts a game in these spots. And to boot, I wasn't even planning on adding this to him, guys, but the more and more I dug into this game, I had to get on Wheeler on his outs. I'm on his outs over 18.5 at plus money. Now, let me tell you this, guys. Wheeler in these spots last year versus high K percentage teams is 6-2 to his over outs. And that's what made me want to go look at his outs. Now, I have figured out, guys, and when I want to bet a guy's out and a guy has a losing win percentage to the over, to the number they're offering, I have hit those at a 6-0 clip this year, guys. So I don't look to play outs. If the situation tells me to go play outs and the line tells me to bet the under in his outs, then I play the outs now, guys. I have just seen it correlate way too many damn times. And just like Kelly last night, who was 1-6 to the over until last night, when I like a guy's outs and it tells me to bet his under, that means we're going over. And that's exactly what they're doing with this 18.5 at plus money, guys. It's only hit this in 1-7 games this year. But like I said, he's 6-2 to this when facing a 24K percentage or worse, guys. So Zach Wheeler's going to deal today, guys. Every number 1 or 2 has dealt versus this team, and I do not expect it to stop here. So I doubled up on the wheels today, guys. And let's talk about the great Clayton Kershaw, guys. Dodger baseball, the best team in the world. Best team in the damn world, Craig. Let's talk 34 in the black book. Clayton Kershaw versus the Twins at Chavez Ravine. 2023 has a 29% K percentage and a 5.2 walk percentage. Opening line 6+ was at a minus 144. Morning line 8+ plus 104. He's right around the plus 108 now. PrizePicks has him at a 7, whereas pitching outs under over are at 19.5. Projected lineup is 8 righties and 1 lefties for your 20s. K per 9 in 2023. He has a 12.1 K per 9 at home and an 8.8 on the road. He's always been elite, guys, but he's just been that much better at Chavez Ravine throughout his career. 4.5 versus the left-handed side, guys. K per 9 right now. Very small sample size, but he does have an 11.5 K per 9 career-wise. Righties, he's striking out this year at an 11.5%. K per 9. Now, guys, we know it's Kershaw Day, but this Kershaw Day is different. And even before I found out from our guy Noli Knows, I got on Kershaw last night, 6.5 strikeouts at the -144. And this was another spot like Javier. The line moved a whole strikeout up after the books got smacked. And now we get a 7.5 at plus money. And yeah, I still like that one too, guys, and would still bet that as well. Before we get into how this is a different Kershaw Day, let's talk some numbers. And the Twins, from a broad perspective, they suck donkey schlong. Well, they're walking league average, striking out at a 26.5% clip, and they're not hitting for the life of them. Almost the same exact numbers Kershaw seen last week versus the Brewers, where he went 7 innings and punched out 8. Well, would you think I'm crazy if I told you we actually have a better matchup today than he did last week? Kershaw has seen one team not league average or better in chase percentage this year in the St. Louis Cardinals, who happen to have the same chase rate as the Twins. He had 9 that day. He's only seen one team above league average in whiff percentage, the Brewers, who were 2.1 above league average, where he had 8. Now he gets a team in the Twins who are almost 1% worse than league average at chasing, and they're the second worst team in league average in missing pitches inside the zone. Oh, fuck me running. Can this be a day of all days from the gods, guys? And I'm not telling my Lord. And that wasn't even going through last year, looking at the very first game Kershaw had versus this team. And there were no numbers to look at. And he actually had a perfect game through 7 innings with 13 punch-outs. Now, I actually went and bet him to have either pitcher, because I couldn't pick which one. I wish they'd let me pick which one because I'd get more value. But I put $10, a little dart throw, guys, to win $750 on either pitcher to have a no-hitter. It was a lot more money for a perfect game, but, perfect games are hard. No-hitters are hard. So I wasn't trying, like I said, I have a JJ, so I'm a safer better. And I never looked to bet shit like this. And I did not bet it off of last year's game either, guys. I knew he pitched well, but until I looked after I bet it to talk about what he did versus them, that's when I realized, like, oh, fuck, he's already done it. He gonna do it again, guys. So, whoo-wee, guys, this right here is a matchup from the gods. Now, why is this Kershaw Day different than any other Kershaw Day? Kershaw's mother passed away this Saturday, guys, and we all know how close we are to our moms. So, yeah, there's a built-in excuse for him to go out and have a bad game. But if anyone is a robot, guys, we are able to put their emotions aside on a day that he pitches. It is this man. The man with the same rules, the same routine, the same everything on game day, guys. You cannot speak to this man. You cannot look at this man. He is there to do his job. And he's, like I said, robotic. He throws the same amount of pitches in the bullpen, the same amount of warm-up tosses. Everything is to a freaking T, guys. If there was a robot, if there was a guy who pitched emotionless, it is Clayton Kershaw, the emotionless pitcher. But this is a day where emotions really can get in the way, guys. And this is the heart and soul of the Dodgers team. And I expect the Dodgers already show up for Kershaw Day. I expect this team to show up for this guy today, guys. These guys are going to lay into a wall where normally they wouldn't, because it's only May. They're gonna steal extra bags. They're gonna do all the little extra shit today, guys, to help Kershaw, guys. This is the heart and soul, and I wouldn't be surprised if he go out there and has the game of his life. And that's why I went and bet the no-hitter prop, guys, because, yeah, he can get whacked. And if he does, I can't complain about it. I can't. I get it, dude. The dude's mom.
Damn, the day before Mother's Day, too.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It's tough, bro. It sucks, dude. Like, and he's a country boy. We know how country boys are with their mamas, bro. They're not like California white boys. They're a little Eminem-ish at times, but y'all know if you close to your mama what that means, guys. And that too, just like, and he's pitching now. So I get it. It's probably the only thing that's going to take his mind off of it, guys. So I got on him at 6.5 minus 144, and I don't hate the 7.5 plus money. I wouldn't even say half unit it, guys. I would still bet it at the full. And yeah, shit can happen, guys. If something does happen, so what? I get it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a game of all games. This guy go 9 innings, even if it ain't a no-hitter, a complete game, and just crumble on the mound when it's all said and done, guys. This guy normally wouldn't do something like that. I don't think he's going to be able to control it once the game is over. And I think he goes 9 today, guys, which is psychotic. I really do think this guy shoves. And if Dave Roberts does come to take the ball from him, I wouldn't be surprised if this dude hightails it to the locker room, guys, and just lets it all out. He normally stays out for the game, watches the game. I'd be surprised to see him anywhere in that dugout afterwards. I think he goes and lets it out afterwards, but I don't know. I have never been in that situation. My grandpa passed a couple weeks back, but that ain't my mom, bro. So he was like a dad to me, but that ain't my mom. So God bless you, Kershaw. I'm still going to bet you, but I do understand if something was and were to happen, guys. Shout out to the chat, guys. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Smash the like if you have it. And let's get into a recap. If you guys are tuning in for the recap, do me a favor and hit that like button. It does help me more than you know. And today, guys, we got action. I did have to pass on Castillo, but if you want to, I would take him at the quarter unit shot at around the plus 280 price. And that way you get a nice half unit score and you don't get burnt going up versus a team like the Sox where overs have gone to die. But in those situations last year versus teams who didn't strike out, he was 1-1. And he had 3 and 10 strikeouts going 6 innings in every game, guys. So maybe the spot right there is his innings, but there's not a lot of wiggle room when they have it at the 17.5, and he hit that 6 inning mark dead on. And I like to project him more, but they do have it at a bettable price, minus 115, because he is at a 50-50 shot at that this year. Then we get into Jordan Montgomery, over 5.5 strikeouts at minus 126. And I doubled up on the 17.5 outs at minus 135. Not just talking the 3 games versus the Brewers since the second half of the season when the Yankees lost the Monty trade, where he had 6 to 9 strikeouts, depending on what game you want to look at versus these Brewers. It's a spot Jordan Moe is 8-1, guys, to the over when facing a team with a 24% K percentage or worse. And we have a 30% right here with the Brew Crew. While I'm on the outs, the Brewers are a 70% medium to weak contact versus left pitching teams with a 50% ground ball rate when they do make contact. And the fact Jordan Moe Ks do correlate with his outs more often than not, I doubled up. I think he goes 7, has that 7 to 9 type range. Then we got into Shane Bieber, guys, and at first I had no bet on him. Then I started to do my write-up, and I just can't let it go because I have too much action. That's not a good enough reason. And I play the spots when they tell me to, not when I want to. And this is a spot that's ringing alarm bells to me. So I had to get in on the over 5.5 at plus 108. And this is Bieber's last shot. If he don't cash, I'm done. It's plain and simple, guys. I'm attacking the whiff percentage of the White Sox. Bieber is a strike thrower and needs that to be successful in his K prop. In his 7 games, not on a pitch count, he's played 5 teams in the top 10 and not swinging and missing. Then they played the Tigers, who are 12th, and he had a 9 spot. And then he played the Oakland A's, who are the 5th worst team, and he had his 7th spot. Now we get a team who is bottom 5 in whiff percentage and the worst team in the league at chasing, guys. This should be a magical day for the Biebs, in my opinion. If not, dude, he's dead to me. Because at the end of the day, then I'm lost. I've had to figure you out. I thought I figured you out. And if you don't hit this today, then you might as well as just be a coin flip type guy. And sometimes you got to surrender and say you don't know a guy, guys. So there is some warnings on there if you do not want to tail that one right there. This is his last chance for me, but I thought we figured him out last week with the whiff percentage when they jumped him up 2 strikeouts. And I was like, okay, why'd they do it? Then I figured out why they did it, and he 9-clacked him. So this is the highest whiff and chase percentage. So it's out there for this guy to go out there and dance. So yeah, at the end of the day, we on him. Then we got into Christian Javier, guys. And I'm of a JJ type better, guys. And I did not bet the 7.5, even though he averages 9.5 strikeouts in this spot. I did 2 half-unit bets on Javier today, an alt parlay, where I alted the strikeouts and I alted the total of the game in a single game parlay. We took Javier at 7 Ks and the full game under 9.5. And then I took the 6 strikeouts and the full game under 8.5. Original total is a 7.5. I took him to the 7 and under, guys, because he is 9-0 to the overs, 6.5 strikeouts, and he's 7-2 to the over 7.5. And I will get in again on a full unit bet on the 7.5 if these freaking Cubs really load up 7 right-handed bats versus Christian Javier today, guys. He can have a 13-pack versus these type of numbers that they have going for them today. The more righties, the better, as through his short career in the big leagues, guys, he averages a 13.5 K per 9 versus the right-handed side, and that's versus all the numbers. We ain't talking about versus janky teams, guys. Guys. So this matches up really, really good for our guy Javier today, especially with the righties they are projecting. I did take the under comfortably too, and I don't want to hear this. Oh, Astros hit lefties. Hold my fucking beer, Justin Steele says, guys. Justin Steele's going 6 to 7 innings today, 2 earned runs or less. And you could thank the Astros for wetting their infield for that one. And then he's good already, guys. So I'm not saying Justin Steele wouldn't go out there and shove. The fact that they're even going to wet the infield for him even more, let's go, Justin Steele. This is an easy under, in my opinion. So let's talk the last guy. And we're going to talk Zach Wheeler. And I love me some Wheeler today, guys. I'm on his over strikeout 6.5 minus 130, guys, and it's simple. The Giants haven't seen much good pitching in the first 40-plus games this year. They have faced 3 aces. Garrett Cole had 10, Dylan Cease had 8, and Hugh Darvish had 9. We look at our number 2s in the book. Lance Lynn had 8 as well. Now we look at our mid-rotation type of guys. Senga, and has terrible games when you have a good walk percentage. So he did ass. And yeah, Hunter Brown got baptized. That's going to happen to a kid every now and again. And Edward Cabrera went out and got an 8-piece. So they haven't seen quality pitching. And when they do, they strike out. Zach Wheeler is a fucking ace, guys. So go do what all the other aces have done. And that's get 8 to freaking 10 strikeouts. I doubled up on Wheels, guys. I took his outs over 18.5 at plus money. A spot, guys, he's only hit 1 time this year, but yet is 6-2 to the over when facing a team with these type of numbers last year, guys. And when I find a reason to bet a guy's outs, and then I go look at it, and he has a losing win percentage to what the books are offering, I have gone 6-0 this year, guys. So what I'm getting at is Kelly was 1-7 to the over last night. Now 2-7. Kershaw was 1-6 to the over last time we played him. Now 2-7. Alcantara was 1-7, then 2-7. Then we bet him both times. So what I'm getting at, guys, is when I like a guy's outs prop and I go look at it and they're offering me something where they're not hitting it at this year, tells me they're hitting it. And especially when I got the numbers to back it, I've just learned I can't ignore it no more, guys. So did I plan on betting Wheeler's outs? No. But I found the information where he was 6-2. That's a great win percentage to his outs over in this spot. And then I looked at his outs and it said, boing. So the people who strictly look at numbers, guys, are going to bet this under. So if you want to wait till about hour till game time, you'll get as best plus money as you want. You could have got up to plus 151 on Kelly last night because people look at a box score and go, he ain't done this for one time all year. Don't do what the fucking books want for one. How about that? And then when you find numbers that back, oh, Lord, guys. So, yeah, the books want you to bet Wheeler's under. I found something that says bet the over. That has correlated to a 6-0 for ya boy. Then we had to finish the day with the old Kershaw, guys. I took Kershaw over 6.5 last night at a -144. He is now plus money to the 7.5. I don't hate it, guys. Wouldn't even tell you a half unit. Full unit bet the 7.5, guys. At the end of the day, he has a 50% win percentage to that number over his last 10. And he has a matchup from the high heavens, guys. Now, the only issue here is his mother did pass away on Saturday, guys. And if there was a robot to ever pitch, it is Clayton Kershaw, the emotionless pitcher. The guy who, if you don't call a strike, just kind of smirks and just laughs it off, guys. If he gets a ball hit, you'll never see this guy slump his shoulders. No, it's always the same thing day in and day out. Shows up at the same time on game day. You do not look at him. You do not talk to him. He throws the same amount of pitches in the bullpen. He probably wears the same goddamn underwear, guys. Does the same warm-up routine. Everything is to a T with this guy. And I wouldn't be surprised if this guy goes out and goes 9 complete innings today. And I took a $10 dart throw on the no-hitter. I could still see a shutout game with maybe 1 or 2 hits, guys. I don't go look to bet stuff like this. But like I said, this is a matchup from the gods. The only thing is his mother did pass away. And I can't fault him if he goes out and shits the bed today. At the end of the day, like, I get it. But I also get these numbers, and I cannot ignore them. He's only faced one team with a high chase rate. He had 9 strikeouts versus that team. And the Twins have that same chase rate, guys. Then we get into the whiff rate, where that's key as fuck with a guy like Clayton Kershaw. He throws strikes. He is a strike thrower. He has one of the highest strike one percentages in the game. History of the game. 63% lifetime strike one percentage, guys. And then he has a 64% breaking ball after he gets first pitch. So it's like, dude, you're fucked once you get down strike one on Clayton Kershaw, guys. So the fact of the matter is, this is the highest whiff percentage he's going to see and the highest chase percentage to go with it. And they're not hitting for the life of them. This is a matchup Kershaw should go Kershaw in, guys, and not have to run up his pitch count because these guys just swing at everything. And he's in the zone, guys. And we on Kershaw today, over 6.5. Get in on the 7.5 at plus money, guys. So that's what I'm on, guys. I get it, guys. If Javier, Kershaw, Wheeler, and Monty, they all got steamed or juice, blah, blah, blah. I get it. Take the 3 guys who are known for striking people out for a living in great spots on an alt parlay. With Javier, Wheeler, and Kershaw down to 6 apiece. Leave out Monty, guys. He is a K per inning type of guy. And Bieber, he is what it is. It's his last chance with me. I'm not putting nobody on their last chance when I think I figured them out. You're not getting put on nothing, bro. What? I'm going to be that mad that you cooked me right there? Nah. Like I said, this is Bieber's last chance. I thought I figured him out last week when he did hit the 9 when they bumped him up 2. And this is screaming. This is an even better spot to me. So, Bieber, I may only play you like 2 or 3 times this year if you go out and hit this, but at least I know how to play you. So I'll go do what I think you're going to do. And that's dance underwater and not get wet. It's raining bullets and I'm still here. So let's get it, fellas. We have a giant card today. I do not pick what I'm going to freaking fire like this, guys. I didn't even have Bieber until I freaking went. I didn't have Wheeler's outs till I went and capped it more for this show. So once again, thank you, Pub Sports Radio, for making me money, guys. Like at the end of the day, this show makes and saves us money, guys. Like I wouldn't have done. It takes me 4 hours, guys, to do all these freaking write-ups on everybody. And I love it. It gives me more information than what I would have done sitting on my ass smoking weed and looking at my phone. So, once again, guys, smash the like button if you haven't. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Let's have a day where 22 goes for greatness for us, guys. Until next time, this show is sponsored by PrizePicks. If you haven't, go on over there. Use that promo code PUBSports. Get a match deposit up to 100. Minimum of 25 on your first deposit. I'm Sharpie's Bets, guys. This show is produced by Big Show Picks and on Pub Sports Radio. Some say we be pubbing. I say pubbing we be. 20!
Keep firing, assholes!